This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset.
Finding the funny. Finding the funny.
Welcome back to Finding the Funny. This is the podcast where two sisters get together every week and, well, what do we do, Ange?
We basically chat a lot of shit about a lot of random stuff. We cover a spectrum of, dickish behaviours and, just a lot of general chit-chat that you'd have with your own mates. But come along and listen to us.
So grab a cuppa, get cosy, and stick around for the next half an hour. You never know, Ange. What might it be?
Right up your Strasse.
With Ruth and Ange, finding the funny.
Season 2, episode 3. Season 2, episode 3. Got in there before you. Gutted. Yes.
You have done a 180 on this shit.
Yeah, I have.
Because, when we were in season 1, you couldn't give a shit. In fact, you were giving me grief about coming in with the we is back.
I have changed my mind.
Yeah, what a surprise that is from Patty, changing her mind about shit.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm all right, Pats. I've had a bit of a shitting morning, TBH.
Oh,
TBH.
no, what's happened?
Shitting Wi-Fi.
Oh, shit.
I mean, the minute your Wi-Fi plays up, you know you're in for a shit day. You're like, okay, great, Monday, no Wi-Fi. I'm trying to work, 2 kids homeschooling. Okay, yeah, we're in for a great day, guys. However, I did manage to sort it.
Did you?
Yes. I mean, obviously I was getting very irritated.
I'd have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
Honestly, this morning.
Did you turn it off and on? Is that what you went for?
I did the off and on twice. Nothing.
Shit, still...
Nothing happening. Nothing working. I've then got both my children saying, I've got to get online for my online class. And I'm like, well, you're just going to have to connect using your hotspot on your phone. So at least you can get onto school. On. And then I'm like, right, fuck this. I'm unplugging everything. Unplugged about 5 plugs. And I was like, okay, let's
running
just
around the house like a mad woman. Unplug the kettle. Unplug the toaster. Unplug your bedside lamps. For fuck's sake, you might be interfering with the Wi-Fi.
Anything that's plugged in, unplug it.
Unplug it, yeah.
So unplugged 5 plugs. I thought, right, I'm leaving it. 10 minutes, I'm not touching that shit.
Right.
Left it. Plugged everything back in. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. We are back in the world. Yeah.
Well, thank goodness, or else what would we have done for this?
I know. Well, that was part of my mind as well. Thinking, shit, we've got a podcast report.
We've got a podcast report. We've got a podcast report. We got a report in.
You see, this is how my day's going. I can't even speak. Yeah.
We're in for a great episode then if you can't speak.
Yeah. It's going to be good, guys. It's going to be good.
Buckle up. Here we go.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I felt really flat this weekend, I felt really shit. I just feel like lockdown life.
Lockdown. Yeah.
It's just become like, I was all right. I've G'd myself up a bit today, but
I think the thing is,
it's to be expected, Ange.
Exactly. You've just got to ride. You've just got to ride the Corona coaster.
That's right. Right. Yeah.
You've got to go. Some days I'll be okay. I'm managing this. Yeah. I'm in an okay place. Other days you'll be like, this is shit. My life is shit. Everything is shit. I feel shit.
Somebody messaged me. I've done a couple of giveaways on my Instagram, and I just wanted to make sure people didn't get annoyed with me just constantly doing giveaways. So I mentioned that on my stories, and somebody messaged me saying, "It's okay, Pats. I'm holding out for the Peloton giveaway, perhaps late March." When you've had enough of it, and it absolutely cracked me up.
When basically you've had 2 goes on it and think, fuck yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, I'll give it away.
I'll just give it away.
Yeah.
I'll just do a mass Peloton giveaway on Instagram. Talking of Instagram, so last week we talked, didn't we, about Scrabblegate that was going on at Margs and Mal's, and the fact that Mal has been thrashing Margs at Scrabble.
Yeah, she has. He has.
Now, this went down a storm with our listeners because we've had some great messages, haven't we?
Storm. It went down a stormzy.
So we had this message in from Claire, and as soon as I read this, it absolutely cracked me up. She says, a bad loser story, a bit like Scrabblegate. A few Christmases ago, we had a family game of Pictionary. My mum is very competitive and was on a team with my dad, who is absolutely not competitive at all. My mum doesn't swear, she thinks it's vulgar. During the game, however, she was getting so fed up that my dad wasn't taking it seriously and couldn't or wouldn't guess her drawings, which were utter horseshit, by the way. So she turned to him at the top of her voice and shouted, "Will you fuck off, Stephen?" She then very calmly stood up and said the game was over and started packing it away. We were so shocked at the swearing, no one spoke for a long time. She then got the Baileys out and put Christmas strictly on like nothing had happened. She still claims to this day that it didn't happen.
She sounds very much like Marg. Claire's mum could be Marg.
Because mum doesn't like swearing.
No, she's forever on our case. I just wish you wouldn't swear,
stop.
girls.
I just wish you'd stop with the effing and jeffing. You're funny without it.
Yeah, and we're like, fuck off, Margs. Yeah.
But obviously, Claire's mum was getting seriously aggy.
Yeah.
With,
she lost
with,
it. She lost
Stephen and told him to fuck off.
I mean, I think that's great, Claire's
That
mum.
is hilarious, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We also
funny.
had another one from Vicky on the gram who says, my sister is such a bad loser. Once we were playing Monopoly, the one where you have the credit cards, and she took them and cut them up so that I couldn't be declared the winner or play the game again.
We had so many Monopoly ones. I feel like Monopoly. I feel like Monopoly pushes a button in a lot of people. Honestly, the message, and they all started with, I was playing a game of Monopoly and my dad got so cross he threw it across the table, or my mum got, or one of them said her husband got so annoyed he burnt the box he burnt all the pieces in their outside chimney.
I mean, Monopoly seems to be quite a starter for arguments, doesn't it? And we also had a message from Danielle on our Finding the Funny podcast Facebook page. Hey! And this was just a message that really cracked me up. Nothing to do with Scrabblegate or playing games or being a poor loser. Just a funny story. And she sent us this message saying, just finished this week's episode after listening to all the episodes so far. I love them. I was chuckling away this week when you were talking about deliveries, which reminded me of the time when my friend's mum answered the door to the delivery driver and the driver wanted to take a photo. She was baffled but agreed, so she posed while making it clear she didn't think it was necessary. The driver then had to explain to her that he just needed to take a picture of the parcel on the doorstep to prove the item had been delivered. She was mortified after he explained it. Love you both and keep on with the good work. You're awesome. I just thought that was absolutely brilliant.
That is hilarious. Can you imagine that? Well, okay, if
that'd
you've
be
got to take a picture.
Yeah.
Well, let me just go and sort my hair out quickly, because I don't want you putting this picture everywhere with my hair looking shit. So and let me pose. I want to put my hand on my hip and I want to make it look like... I mean, I don't know why you need to do this, Simon, the delivery driver, but obviously you do.
But I'll do it. It's fine.
And then him just going, no, sorry, I actually need...
I just need the parcel on the doorstep. That's all I need.
That is hilarious.
And I can totally see Margs getting into that shit. Yeah.
And then saying to Dad, I mean, he wanted to take a picture of me.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm hot, but you know.
I know I am hot too, trot. So yeah, we had some great messages, didn't we, about bad losing? So funny. And obviously, don't forget, you can find us both on Instagram. I'm Ruth Corden.
And I'm Ange Corden.
And Finding the Funny has got a Facebook page. So Finding the Funny podcast. Go over there. Obviously, we're getting more messages on there now, more interaction. We love hearing from you. Failing all that, you can just send us an email.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we do
the big questions? I feel like it's getting longer.
What?
I feel like I'm getting longer with me big questions.
I like it.
I like it.
I think it needs to stick around. I like it.
Yeah, it's sticking around. Yeah, sure.
It's
Yeah.
sticking around.
Oh, now this is anonymous. This is from Anonymous
Yes.
on Gram.
They wanted to remain anonymous.
Yes. So she says, afternoon patties. I love that opening.
Yeah, it's such a great opener.
Afternoon patties. My topic for your thoughts on podcast is this: online dating. And in particular, my issue is with naked pics or dick pics.
Ridiculous. Not
Yeah.
needed.
Exactly. I explicitly put on any dating profile that I am on that I'm not interested or looking for pictures of anyone's genitalia. Great word. Either flaccid or not. Yet men continue to send them. It just wouldn't happen in real life. You wouldn't get naked in the pub, would you? So why does it happen online? Yours, fed up of dick pics.
Have you ever been sent a dick pic?
No. Thank
You're
God.
probably a bit old and have been with Ian too long.
Yeah, I am. I mean,
Yeah.
this online dating shit was not an option when I was in my youth.
Yeah.
So,
I don't get. Do you know what I think this is about? I think men are so obsessed with the
their own
female-
penis.
Well, not only
No,
that,
they're obsessed with their own penis. Penis. Isn't that a
but
great
also-
word?
Also, they are obsessed with their cock and bollocks for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course they
but
are.
I think
that's what they think with majority of the time.
Yes, but I think also they are obsessed with looking at hours. So they think I need to send to get something back.
Well, do you know what I think this is about, right? For men, on the whole, it's sex, bodies is a very visual thing. So it's what they look like, their own cock and balls, breasts, fannies, bums, all that shit, right? It's all about what you look at, what you see.
I don't know why I'm cracking up, but it's just you listening, tits, fannies, bums, their own cock and balls. In the space of 30 seconds, that sentence is just absolutely hilarious.
But they are. That is, whereas I think for women, it's more about
connection.
I think it's a more intellectual thing. Yes.
Oh, well, I think most guys can laugh anyone into bed, can't they? And I think for lots of women, the connection, funny, banter, I feel emotionally connected to you. But I do think for lots of men, it's like, well, look, what I really want back is a picture of her tits.
Yeah.
So if I have the balls, quite literally, to take a picture of myself naked in the mirror, she's going to think, oh, yeah, that's really... And look,
I love that.
Guys, if you're listening and you're thinking about sending dick pics to anyone, we don't open them and go, oh, yeah. We open them and go, what the fuck? I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I am not interested.
And I think that's the thing, is actually for women, like you say, Patsy, it is more of a connection. It is more of an intellectual thing. And I also think for women, the erotic stuff is more about...
Hang on. We can't step over the fact that you just used the word erotic. Erotic? Where are you going with that?
No, but
1985.
Erotic...
Here we have some basic erotica.
Erotic, literature, reading stuff.
Hang on.
It's
We've
not a
never
picture
talked
thing.
like this. Hang on. We've never talked like this on this podcast before. Why the fuck are you saying, erotic literature?
Because that's what it's called, isn't it? Like a steamy book, reading about it.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, I mean, that's shit.
Yeah, but that's your steamy erotica.
Yeah, so... Okay, on a personal level, and we'll
Thank
see
you.
whether you agree.
Let's take it personal.
I'm far more likely to get aroused.
Oh my god, where is this going? Anyone who wants to, arouse Ange, she's just about to give you the 10-step
novel.
guide. Oh, just give you a steamy novel?
Yes, and that's what I'm trying to get at.
Shit.
And I think that is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, female crew. I think most women get that more than a picture of your penis. Like, some guy sends me a picture of his dick. Forget it. I'm really not interested.
You're out.
They're actually quite ugly. Aren't they? They just hang there or stand up. It's like
it's rank.
they are not attractive, and the bollocks. I mean, they're just. What are they just?
Oh my god! This episode, I mean, we are covering a multitude of things here. Okay, so for you, it's about steamy erotica. It's about erotic literature.
Well, that would do it more for me than some guy sending me a picture of his dick.
Erotic literature doesn't really do it for me. The thing that does it for me the most is somebody who I feel understands me, who I feel very connected to.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that initially, are you?
No, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who can have a really good conversation with me.
Yeah, Pat, that is, I don't think you get to that. This is specifically from Anon, is this sort of online dating world.
Yes.
And idiots, men, thinking that you sending them a picture of your dick is going to get them anywhere, when actually it's going to be the total opposite. But I think this is where there's a bigger issue around online dating, because I think probably 90% of men who are online dating are not looking for any deep level, communication, contact, getting to know you.
True. I don't think that's true.
Well, maybe not 90%, but I think there's a huge percentage of that men just want a quick fix. I just want to shag. I don't really care what you look like. I don't really want to get to know you. Show me a picture of your tits. We're in.
Okay, I would say there's different. It depends what you're on. If you're on like Plenty of Fish, Tinder, all of that stuff, that is what you're going to find. If you're on a dating site where perhaps you pay, or there's Plenty of Fish is full of absolute, quite frankly, twats who 90% have got girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. Similar with Tinder, you just swipe. But two of my closest friends met on Tinder. So my mate Anthony, his now wife Rachel, they met on Tinder. So what I'm saying is, before you interrupt me again, because I can tell by the look on your face that you're getting ready to take a gasp and go, the thing is, Pat, I think to men out there, because just because a guy sends a dick pic, it doesn't mean they're not looking for the next stage. I think lots of men think that's what women want. So what I'd say is, think about the conversation, think about the questions that you want to ask girls, and if you really want to get in their knickers, make them laugh. If you really just want a shag, make them laugh. I'm not saying that's what you're missing the point. Anyway, I feel like this has gone completely off on a tangent. I feel like we should probably move on from it. But I think to any guys out there who are on dating sites, if you want girls to respond to you positively, if you want to get in their pants, or you want a serious, more long-term relationship, like, the best thing you can possibly do is
not send a dick pic.
And engage in more intellectual conversation, because it's likely you'll get further with that than going, here you are, here's a picture of me in the mirror with my penis out.
Okay, so Pats.
Ange, over to you.
Right. Now, my shitting tits this week has partly been inspired by a message that we got, again, through the Finding the Funny Facebook page.
This is amazing.
Honestly, we are growing. We are growing in that field.
This is growth.
Yes, this is.
This is growth, like a flaccid penis.
A penis. Yeah.
God.
So anyway, so Adele on Facebook.
Do you think it's the Adele?
I think it possibly is.
Yeah, I think it is. In fact, I'm 98% sure it is the Adele.
Adele, yeah.
And even if you're not the Adele, don't burst our bubble. Just go with it, would you, mister? Let's just say you are.
Yeah. So this came from the Adele on Facebook. And she mentioned something that she found annoying,
right?
Got on her tits, was a dickish thing to do, were people that didn't indicate roundabouts. Right now, I was totally with her. I was like, that really pisses me off. And then at the weekend, I basically had that happen to me. And I was like, right, I'm bringing this up. This is going on.
No, you were sat at the wheel of your car and you just thought, enough now. I've got to get this off my shitting tits.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sat at a roundabout and this white car is coming.
What type of car was it? Was it like a dickhead's car?
I don't know. Oh no, not like a bad boy racer car.
No, but was it like a big SUV?
Yeah,
I own the road twat.
Exactly that.
It's your cough avo.
Avos. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was one of them dicks. And so he's coming over the other side to the roundabout. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure where he's going.
Where are you going?
So I thought, I'll wait. He literally went pretty much all the way around the roundabout
without a single indication.
Not a single indication.
That's dangerous.
Not only is it dangerous, Pats, it is shitting annoying. All you have to do is click the clicker on your wheel and let me know where you're going, mate. That's all I'm asking for here.
That is dangerous, though, isn't it? First and foremost, because nobody that's sat at those junctions, you might think, oh, he's coming off here, I'll pull out, oh, he's coming off here, oh, you know.
I mean, if I hadn't hung back, I'd have assumed he was going straight over. Oh, no, pal. I'm coming all the way around here, and you can wait, even though you don't know where I'm going. But I'm sat there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, great indication. You know, just indicate. So I'm like, you know, talking to him from my car.
Why do we... That is hilarious, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but good one, mate. Just fucking pull out. Well, yeah, well done. And then you throw your you drive past them, throw your hands up.
Indicate.
Look at them, you're like, what?
Yeah. That's what I actually do. Indicate. Like you can hear me. But then got me thinking about, wouldn't it be great if in your car you could just like flick a switch and you'd have a megaphone that would like literally, so you could communicate with other cars from your car and tell them, indicate, you twat, or whatever it might be.
Indicate, you twat.
I'd love that. I mean, obviously it probably wouldn't be a good thing because it would cause a lot more road rage.
Yeah.
But I just really would love to be able to communicate with dicks.
I know, but you do something that pisses me off in the car.
Oh, God, what?
You drive so close to the car in front. It's an absolute fucking joke. And you know, when I'm in the car and somebody's that close to me, I'm like, yeah, that'll be Ange. I think to myself, and I'm like, back off. And I think, yeah, Ange would be that close. You get right up the backside of the car in front, especially if they're going at the speed limit. That really pisses you off. If they're doing 30 doing 30 and a 30, you can't go with it.
I like it sometimes when I do that to people and they're I can tell they're getting annoyed because they're looking in the rearview mirror, giving me the, you know, back off, bitch, back off. And I'm like, just get a bloody move on. I love it when, because it happened to me not like that long ago, and we're going down this long stretch of road and he was driving like a freaking snail. And I'm like, come on, mate, like, let's get going. So I'm probably being a dick. I'm being too close to the back of his car. Anyway, he starts to really slow down to really piss me off even more. And then he indicates he's going to turn left. And he literally came to a stop before he turned left.
Yeah, good.
So he's really annoyed. And I just love giving them a wave.
You're a fucking bitch. That is out of order. That is
because I know that's going to piss them off even more. I mean, I could have given him the birdie, you know, you're a wanker sign, all that shit. I'm like, no, I'm just going to give him a little wave. Bye, darling.
Do you know what annoys me? Just this will be the last one because we could go on about this all day, but when you're driving down a country road, you're doing the speed limit, you're doing 60, some dickhead, normally in a BMW, speeds up behind you. And there's you, and then there's a bit of a space, and then there's like a lorry or something, and you're just hanging back, seeing if there's a point you could overtake, or there's just another car a little further up, and they overtake you.
They go, yeah.
And every time they do it, they pull in quickly in front of me, and I can't help it. I just say to myself, yeah, that fucking got you far, didn't it, you prick? Because I'm like, yes, mate, there's about 5 cars in front of me. I'm pootling along at 60. Pootling, great word.
Pootling.
And you've seen it, and you've got really far, haven't you? Like,
but
you're
that I
still
think
sat there.
that would be the moment where it'd be great to just switch a switch on your car and go, yeah, you got really far there, mate, didn't you? Forget it. You're not coming back to me. I'm telling you exactly what. I'm not mad. I'm not annoyed. You haven't riled me. You're a twat because you've got nowhere.
So we're now into dickish behaviour.
We are indeed,
and I'm a bit worried about this first one. I'm gonna just lay it out there because I feel like I know people who do this, and they're really dear friends of mine. And I just want to say from the top, I don't dislike you anymore. I just have a problem with this. I don't think you're a dick. I think this behaviour is dickish. I need to separate the person from the behaviour. It's very important that we do this. So we've had this one come in loads, and I've always ducked out of it. I've always been like, oh, I don't think we should do that one. If it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, I'm not sure. But it's come in so much, and Chris sent us this. This has come from loads of people, but we did get this one this week from Chris. And I assume Chris is a guy, could be a woman, but Chris said, oh God, I actually feel a bit sick saying it. People who have Instagram accounts for their pets, usually dogs, absolute dicks. God, I feel terrible.
And I will add into that, people who have Instagram accounts for their kids.
I think the kids one is weird.
Yeah. You got, 3-year-old Jack who's got an Instagram account. What?
But also, when the step further is when parents do a story and tag little Jack in it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack isn't going to see that till he's like 19.
Yeah. I mean, maybe sort of 14, 15, Jack might become aware of his own Instagram page that you set up when he was 3.
But, people who are like, oh, just out for a walk with Jack, at Jack Smith. Like, tagged him on the screen. And I look at that and I think, yeah, Jack Smith hasn't got a shitting clue that you've put his name on there, to be honest. And he's not for at least another 10 or 15 years. And
actually, when he gets to that point, he'll be highly annoyed and embarrassed of all the shit you've put on there and tagged him in that he didn't know about.
But also, he's never going to see those stories, is he? Because those stories disappear unless you go into his account and save it as a highlight all the times.
Which you probably are doing. If you're setting,
I tagged Jack.
If you're setting up an Insta account for Jack at 3, you're saving the shit out of everything you're putting on there.
Yeah, you probably are. Yeah. What do you think about people who have Instagram accounts for their pets?
Yeah, again, I do find it. I just find it a bit weird.
So do I.
I sometimes think.
Feel like you're going to get a barrage. I'm like, well, I've got an Instagram account for my dog and I'm not weird. But I've got an Instagram account. I gave birth to twins 3 years ago and I've been tagging everything for the last 3 years. And I will tell you, I am not weird.
And maybe they are. Maybe we're weird for thinking it's weird. Maybe. I mean, we're open to feedback.
We're open to having... I just think, like... Obviously, dogs are lovely, as are cats. I follow a couple of accounts that they just post about their cats, and it's not necessarily an Instagram account for their cats, but that's their that's what they do on their platform.
They're big in the cat world.
They're big in the cat zones.
They're big in the cat world.
But having your own account that you post from regularly, then saying, I know what my dog wants. I know my dog. I know that my dog, Sophie... Great dog's name. Really wants
Sophie the dog on Instagram.
Sophie the dog. What I know is that she really wants to know that she is big time Insta famous. I just think you've got way too much time on your hands.
Yes, yeah.
That is what I think. Because if I had to go in and post on my own social media, and look, guys, you are talking to somebody here who, like I've said in previous weeks, the only thing I don't grow about is my own shit, and I have contemplated that. I just can't imagine having an account that I go on and then I think, oh, do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to post on Sherlock's account. Sherlock's account. I'm going to go on. I'm going to give an insight into what Sherlock's doing. I'm going to say, oh, I had treats today and went out in the garden. It was too wet and cold, so I quickly came back. Like, I just am like, I just don't have time for that. And I've got a lot of time on my hands at the moment. I could easily do that, but it just feels weird.
Yeah, agreed. I just can't. I don't think I'll ever do that, and I do find it strange that people do, whether it's your dog, your cat, or your child.
Guys, if you want to persuade us the other way, we are open.
Absolutely, we are open.
Send us your text messages, send us your emails. I mean, you don't have a number, so you can't text us. Send us your send us your Instagram messages. And, try and convince us the other way.
Yeah. Maybe we're missing something here.
Or if you're in our camp, message us as well.
Obviously, let us know that as well.
And then we had this message from Katie on Facebook. Actually, this was another message that came
through
guys, the Facebook vibes.
We are getting a lot of messages via the FB world, which is great news.
Oh, it's great. Keep it up.
Great.
And it says, if you're in a bad mood, so this is sort of more kind of into the end of our kind of serious stuff. It says, if you're in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or have someone cheer you up? And that came from Katie on Facebook.
I can sometimes be a bit of both.
Right.
But I think I would rather be left alone.
Same.
I'd rather, if I'm in a bad mood, just let me be in my bad mood. If you start trying to... Go on, Pats.
This sort of happened yesterday with me and Matthew.
Did it?
Yeah. We have got some hot off the press. Do you prefer to be left alone?
Oh, right. Well, come
on then. So I'm going to look like I'm going to look like a real dick here, and I'm just going to own it because I can do that.
We all can do. Pats, we are all dicks at times.
So Matthew had been on a bike ride yesterday. Fine, great, no problem with that. And then he decided he wanted to go on a second bike ride.
Okay.
And it pissed me off. It pissed me off.
Now, why does that not surprise me?
I'll tell you why. Because, so we've started to try and eat a little bit healthier. We're not on diets or anything like that, but we've started to try and eat a little bit healthier in the new year. We're sort of thinking. And so we've both got lots more energy. And actually, I'm not going to be a Peloton wanker, but I'm actually quite excited about the Peloton arriving because we can't go anywhere or do anything. I've got much more energy and and I think that's probably why this weekend I felt a bit flat. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed because I've got this energy and, if you eat shit, you feel shit. If you eat better, you feel better. And if you can go out and do stuff when you're feeling better and you've got more energy, it's fine. And sure, I could have gone on a walk, but I'd have had to have driven somewhere to go on a walk. And we're both trying to not drive if we don't have to. All of that stuff. There's not really anywhere decent I could have walked in this area.
Sure, yeah.
And also, we've just started watching Save Me on Sky One. Or Sky Atlantic, I think it is. If you haven't watched it, it's brilliant. We're sort of into the first episode. It's really good. Anyway, and I wanted to watch a bit more of that. And he was like, I was like, you've already been on one bike ride today. He said, yeah, well, I've got loads of energy. And when I go to bed, I'm going to find it difficult to sleep. To which I responded, well, what am I going to do? And also, I want to watch a bit more of Save Me. He said, well, I want to go on a bike ride. Anyway, this back and forth went on for a bit. And I was like, well, I'd been in a bit of a mood all day. I wasn't in a great mood the whole day. And I was like, okay, well, fine, go on a bike ride. Then he said to me, before I go, can I have a kiss? And I actually said, I think when I'm like this, I just need to be left alone. And he said, okay.
That is exactly how I would have been as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am definitely in the leave alone.
Same.
Camp.
Yeah.
Although
it depends how. If I'm in a really bad mood,
leave you
do
alone.
Not even come near me.
Seriously,
leave me the hell alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. No. Even if you try and make me smile, I'm more likely to punch you in the face. Just leave me alone. Do
you remember that time we went to the Late Late Show? And I can't even remember what you were in a mood about, but I brought a friend with me and you were a fucking dick that night. You didn't even I said, hi, this is my friend. This is my friend Miriam. And you went, hiya. And I was like, God, she hasn't put you in a mood. It's me. You couldn't even smile. You wouldn't even look at me. I mean, you were in such a shitty mood.
I was, yeah. And I had full right to be in a shitty mood.
Well, I can't even remember why, so it might have kind of been that important.
Well, it was at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just leave me the hell alone. If I'm in a kind of, I'm just a little bit pissed off.
Yeah.
But it's not really bad. I could probably be kind of cajoled into smiling, laughing, being in a bit of a better place. But yeah, if I'm in a real shitter of a mood, just forget it. Leave me the hell alone.
I'm not a huge hugger, kisser anyway, and people are often quite surprised when they hear that about me. I'm not like people who I'm really close to, obviously Matthew and you guys and all my family, but I'm not a big physical touch person. It has to sort of be on my terms anyway. So when I feel that my mood changes, I become a bit surly and I sort of disengage and I become even more like, oh, I don't want. And I think the best thing for me, and often when I was a kid, I'd storm off and people would be like, oh, you're just storming off to get attention. And it actually genuinely wasn't. It was because I needed. And I needed think
some space. That
can often be in children and young people especially. I think we can think, oh, they're just doing it for attention. They stormed off to the bedroom because they want me to follow and see if they're okay. But I actually think for some people,
definitely,
it is the best way for them to manage how they're feeling.
Already with Joel, he's already worked that out for him, and I now know, okay, he's taking himself off and I just need to leave him alone. And I definitely have gone through that spell of, oh, should I go and check he's okay? Should I go and and now I kind of just go, no, like he just needs his own time, his own space. Let him cool down on his own, and when he's ready to come out and talk about it, he will. But for now, leave him alone.
And I think that's an interesting point, because I think we need to learn to listen to people's sort of, the way that they manage stuff and the way that they deal with how they're feeling. It's absolutely fine.
Totally.
It was whether or not I was right to be in a mood that Matthew went on another bike ride, bit petty, bit stupid. I look back now and I was like, oh yeah, it was just a bit of a shit day. And obviously when he came back, I was like, sorry, I didn't give you a kiss. But I think it's my right to be able to say, no, actually, I don't, I don't exist to make you feel better because you want some physical affection from me. If I don't feel able to do that right now, that's okay. And I think we've got to get better at letting people manage and deal with stuff the way that they're need
in their own way. Yeah, exactly.
And so I think I am definitely a sort of more, if I get to a point where I've really had enough, I am a leave me alone. And if people try and coax me and engage me in that too much, I get more annoyed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It just fuels the fire even more.
Yeah. And I think whatever way you are, if you want to talk at that point or you don't, is absolutely fine. But I do think people that are more like us, perhaps more retreating, get a bit of a bad sort of, it's like, oh, you're being moody or you're sulking or you're doing it for attention. And actually, I'm not. I'm quite happy to be off by myself in my own thoughts, thinking about how I want to. And actually, Matthew going on a bike ride was the best thing that could have happened because I had a bit of a word with myself. I had a bit of space. And when he came back, it was all fine.
Sometimes you do have to just kind of rein it in a bit.
Yeah. Sort
yourself and go, do you know what, I'll have my moment in a better place when I can. Yeah. But on the whole, I think, you kind of have to really respect how people deal with things. And if they're in a bad mood and want to be left alone, you need to respect that and allow people to just have that time out.
Finding the funny. Finding the funny.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Again, as always, guys, you can find us both on Instagram. I'm Ruth Corden.
And I'm Ange Corden.
Also, remember, we've got our Finding the Funny Facebook page, so you can search Finding the Funny Podcast, or you can send us an email. But we will be back next week with more Finding the Funny.